Hello class and welcome to ECO 2252 Principles of Microeconomics. This is the Troy Online course, and what I'm going to do today is just go through this course, outline the expectations for the course, also show you things in MindTap, Applia, and go over the syllabus and again the course expectations. So I'm starting on the announcements page, and this is where I'm going to post all the announcements to the course. And you'll also receive these via email, so if you don't want to check Blackboard, it's not necessary for you to see the announcement because it will be sent to you by email, and that's your Trojan email. So make sure that you're checking your Troy email account pretty regularly. But anyway, I've already opened up the course. I believe I opened that up on Wednesday, so this is the video that accompanies this course open and welcome announcement. And I'm just going to go ahead and just scroll down so you can kind of see what is already here for you. There is a video here about Applia attempts. It shows you how to get the 3 attempts or receive the 3 attempts for Applia if you are struggling with any of the particular questions. It shows you again how you can go back in there and retake any particular question up to 3 times to help improve your grade. There are some other things here that are just kind of informational assignments and final grade determination. Basically outlines how your final grade is determined. And then if you do use Firefox, that's what I use, but if you do use Firefox, you may have some issues viewing some of the videos in the course. Make sure that you turn the protection off that's located in the upper left-hand corner here, and that document shows you how to do that if you have any issues. Now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and go through the course syllabus. I'm not going to go through all of it. I'm just going to hit some of the highlights that I believe that you should know. And I'm in student view, so this is how the course will appear to you as well. And everything I have in this course is outlined as a learning module. So you can click on any of these links to the side, and you can expand this, contract it, get rid of it altogether. But all these are in here, so just click on whatever you want to go to, and it takes you automatically to that particular page. But I'm going to go back to the course syllabus, and I've already actually have it downloaded and open for view. So let's just go ahead and look at the course syllabus. This course runs from March 13th to May 14th. I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Dr. Bird. I am your instructor. But make sure that if you want to contact me, the easiest way to do so is to do it by email. You can also call me by phone. I'm not going to be in my Montgomery office that much, but I will have my cell phone on me, and I do give you my cell phone number. So if you want to contact me by that way, that's fine. But be ready for me not to answer a phone call because I won't recognize the number. So either text me afterwards or leave me a voicemail to let me know who you are, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. But I do usually have my phone on me, so I can respond to emails fairly quickly. Your textbook for the course is a loose leaf bundle of the ManQ text. This is a 7th edition. The 8th is coming out later this year, but we're in the last edition, the latest edition. It also comes with 2 access codes. The purchase price at the bookstore should be about $228, but this runs for 2 semesters, so it's basically $114 per course. And those the book comes with the 2 access codes, like I mentioned, and those access codes are important for you to be able to get into MindTap and do your Applia homework there. So make sure that you do have those access codes. Otherwise, you can take advantage of the free trial, and I'll get to that in a little bit. No real entrance requirements, though it is expected that you do understand some basic algebra. I do have some videos and work problem sets that help you with any math problems that are going to require that basic algebra. So if you feel a little weak in that area, you can go back and look at those videos or those work problems to help you out. Now, when you first get into the course, make sure that you go ahead and download the syllabus, read through the syllabus and the course policies, which is what I was just in on Blackboard. But there's also a discussion board post and an early entry assignment that you can find in the learning module number 1. And basically, you just go in there, you just introduce yourself to the class. I've already laid out an introductory bio post for myself, and then you take the early entry assignment, which just measures whether or not you've read the syllabus and course policies. It's basically true, false, 18 questions, I believe, so it's nothing really too difficult for you. Now, one thing I do want to make sure that everyone knows is that you need to have all of your discussion board posts, whenever we have those, done by Saturday. That's just your initial post, you responding to the questions that I ask. All of the other posts that you'll do could be done by Sunday. That's responding to other students. It just promotes some collegiality amongst one another and allows students to be critical of one another's work and read how others viewed the particular videos. Now, I do have recorded lectures also, and I'll get to that when I get back into Blackboard. Also, I'll get back into the MindTap and Appley homework when I get back into Blackboard. Just scrolling down here, and I'm going to show you how you are evaluated the course. You have those early entry assignments, your introductory bio post, your early entry assignment, and the math and graphing tutorial in Blackboard, not Blackboard, in MindTap. Those count 5% of your grade, and then class participation through the discussion boards, 15% of your grade. You have 3 of those, weeks 2, 4, and 7. Your homework, you have homework every week. It's based on the chapter material that week. 40% of your grade. Midterm is going to be 20% of your grade, and then finally your final exam is 20% of your grade as well. I have the standard grading scale, 90 to 100 is an A, so on and so forth. If it's an 89.5, I'll bump it up to an A. If it's a 79.5, it'll bump up to a B, so on and so forth there. So no big deal. It's really a 10.5 point scale as opposed to a 10-point scale. And then lastly, here is the course schedule. This course schedule is also listed in Blackboard, so you don't necessarily have to refer to the syllabus every time you want to see what is due that particular week. But you can see everything's outlined as to what you should be expecting that week. So I'm going to jump out of the syllabus and back into the Blackboard page, and I'm going to go ahead and jump into the learning modules so you can see what to expect here. And each week you can see the outline of the learning module, what to expect inside that learning module. So we're going to jump into learning module number 1. This is the first 2 chapters of your textbook. And I give you an overview, objectives of the learning module. Procedures is where you can get some helpful information. You get your chapter PowerPoint slides if you want to use those to help yourself study. And it also tells you what you can expect to see for the rest of the learning module. So if you go down to Module 1, Introduce Yourself, this takes you to the discussion board post, the early entry assignments after that. And it automatically launched me into the early entry assignment, which I didn't want it to do. Okay, but it will automatically launch into it. And then you have your ebook. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into MindTap and give you a look at what you can expect in MindTap. Now, the thing to remember here is that I have already set up my MindTap course. So when you first launch into MindTap via the way that I just went into it, what you're going to have to do is enter your access code or take the free week, the free 3-week trial, and then you just enter the. You can pay later in your access code later. It'll prompt you when that time is expired. But here, what I'm going to do is first move myself so I can close this, because this is the ebook. You can go in and read through the ebook. If you don't want to use the physical textbook, that's fine. I may come in here and post some notes in the ebook so you can see what I see. But then there's some other things inside of, and of course MindTap is not going to be responsive to me today. There's some other things inside of MindTap that you want to do, that you may want to do, and I'm going to stress using the adaptive test prep. And of course, you know, I'm trying to actually show you how to do stuff, and my internet or MindTap is not letting me. But this little A+ down here is called adaptive test prep. It allows you to go in and create questions or create question sets that are already made for each chapter, for each section of a chapter. So it's a better tool to help you prepare for the midterm and for the final exam. And in many cases, you'll get instructional videos in case you missed a question. And I think it also shows you the video even if you got the question right, so you can see how to do a particular problem or maybe a definition or something that you missed. I wish that would close. But anyway, that's there. There's also the Appley. Where is it? You know what? I'm just going to minimize that, and then I'll go to the Appley this way. So let's click to launch Appley. Yeah, it's just being really slow for me today, so that's why we're having these issues. But it launches into the questions that you're going to have for your homework, and so you can go ahead and see if this ever actually pops up, what you can expect to see for Applia homework. And so you can have the 3 different attempts, and you go into your first question, you answer your question. Let's scroll down here. This may take a few moments. You're burning up my time. You can either click grade it now or save and continue. If you hit grade it now, it'll say, no, you did it wrong, and then do try another version. That's your other attempt that you get whenever you do the 3 attempts or 2 attempts, however many attempts you want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out of Applia. I'm going to let you get in there and mess around with it yourself so you can get a better feel for it. Now, inside each learning module is a supplemental materials, and in the supplemental materials folders, you're going to have several different things that you can use. I do have work problems for just about every chapter, and these work problems give you information as to how to solve different math problems that you'll encounter. So it shows you the answer, and then it gives you the explanation behind the answer. So you can use those to help you better understand particular concepts inside of the course. There are some Tomlinson videos. These are lecture-like videos. These aren't directly tied to the book, but they mirror what you would kind of see chapter by chapter. There's a ManQ blog map. You can see things that he's posting in his personal blog if you want to do that. There's also practice questions. These do not count towards your grade, okay? Let me go ahead and just reemphasize that. These do not count towards your grade, but there are 20 questions per module. That makes about 10 questions for 2 chapters each, or 20 questions for 1 chapter. There's only 1 chapter in that learning module. And these are practice questions. You get 2 attempts. You get to go in there. These are going to be questions like what you'll see on the midterm and the final. You can also see something similar to this in the adaptive test prep if you so choose to do that. And then lastly, in the learning module, you're going to have the Learn Liberty and Stossel videos. These are videos that are related to the material at hand for that particular week. So if you want to view these, please do. I encourage you to view these. But some of these actually will be tied to your discussion board posts. So that's it for the learning modules. I'm going to jump into the recorded lectures. Some of you may use these, some of you may not. I'm going to let you know right now, before I got this headset, I was having some issues with some of the narration. It might be a little bit difficult to make out some words here or there. But there are chapter videos for every single chapter that you cover. And in each one of these chapter videos, I'll walk you through the PowerPoints. Some of these that I personally created that go along with the book. Some of these are the premium PowerPoints that you can also access that I narrate over. But I'm giving you my take on how I view the material. And then I tell you what's included inside each of the videos, so you're not having to search for information. And then the last video that you get for each chapter are going to be questions that help you, again, with additional problems that you may encounter in Applia or on your midterm or final. So if you don't watch any other videos, I would suggest you watch those if you do want to watch any of the videos. Now, let's get to the discussion board next. And in the discussion board, you can see here are your different discussion board topics that you're going to go to. Ask the instructor. Always post here if you have a question. And make sure that you subscribe to the forum, so that way it goes directly to your email. You can see what's being asked, and you can see what others have responded to that. So with that being said, I expect that we're going to have a good term. I expect that you'll do well in this course. I've laid out a lot of things out there for you, and if there are any questions, you can always contact me via my cell phone or my, well, I'm not Dr. John Doe, I've got to change that, but contact me, I will change this, but contact me by email or by my phone, and I really can't think of anything else that I can add to right here, but I will be keeping you up to date with weekly announcements, probably daily announcements. And then if you do have questions, I might use some Blackboard Collaborate sessions to show you how to actually do these things, or I might create another video for you if that's what you so desire. So let's have a good term, and again, welcome to ECO 2252.